Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beyond the Whistle podcast, Season 5, Episode 4.
I'm Will.
I'm Colin.
I'm PJ.
And I'm your host, Ryan Bell. So, guys, let's get right into it. We're going to start with our biggest surprise of the regular season. Just concluded last weekend. Now it's playoff time. I like your tie, by the way, PJ.
Thank you.
I like your tie.
I like yours, Ryan. I like yours.
Where's your tie, Finn?
Yeah,
Colin. With no tie from Colin.
Yeah, I didn't have one.
Unfortunate.
New year, no
Oh, there's
tie.
one hanging up there. You want to put that on?
You can do that now. Special episode.
All right, sure.
The tie episode.
So with that going on, PJ, I guess we can start with you. Your biggest surprise of the regular season.
Regular, yeah. So, there's a lot. I think there was a lot of surprising quarterback play this season. I think that was kind of the big trend. Of course, we'll address Matthew Stafford. Colin's going to do that. But I think Drake May, he stepped up. I think Drake May was kind of a surprise. Oh, I'll do that for you later.
Unsurprising.
I think, he took a really big leap in his sophomore season. A lot of the times guys kind of have sophomore slumps like that, but Drake May stepped into a New England offense that really didn't have too many threats, and he shined.
I agree.
My biggest surprise, I think, was Matthew Stafford. I think he'll be MVP. We'll talk about the awards a little later, but, Puka, Devontae Adams, he had a lot of pieces around him, and he really shined. 46 passing touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. And, yeah, I just think he's balled out this year.
I think for me, I'm going to focus on more of a negative than a positive surprise. I think the Chiefs and the Ravens, two teams that you would probably have in maybe your Super Bowl predictions, preseason, teams that you thought were going to go far, both just not in playoff contention.
Yeah.
And even the Bills, they're not a division winner this year, so a lot of the traditional teams that have been at the top have kind of taken a step back this year, so I think that's been pretty surprising.
Yeah, I like that. I think also with teams, the Jaguars winning the AFC South, 12-5. Trevor Lawrence has been playing like a MVP candidate.
Are they 13-4? It might be
12-5, whatever they are. I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been playing like MVP. He's not going to win MVP, but Jacksonville is a really good football team. Might be able to win a couple games in the playoffs. It's going to be tough, though, with that first-round matchup they have. And that can segue us into our next one, talking about the wild card weekend. There's only 6 games, so we'll just go game by game. We'll each give a pick for it. So we'll just go in order from Saturday, Sunday to Monday. So the first game on Saturday is Rams at Panthers, 5-seed Rams, 4-seed Panthers. PJ, your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, the Panthers have a losing record. The Rams have been one of the best teams this season, though they've kind of struggled as of late. But I think the way they showed out this past Sunday, I think they still look like a team to be reckoned with. They still look like one of the top teams in the NFC and really the league. And I think they're going to take that one pretty easily.
Yep, next game is
No, we'll do each do a pick for a game.
Oh, each do a pick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Rams-Panthers, the Panthers beat the Rams in the regular season, which is kind of surprising, but I do definitely think that the Rams are going to win this game. I don't think it'll be close, and I think Puka and Matthew Stafford are going to show why Matthew Stafford is the MVP.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to say anything that hasn't been said already, but I'm just going to go with the Rams. I think they're the better team. They have been all year.
I think the spread's like 10.5 points right now, unless that's changed, and that could be a fairly easy cover for Los Angeles. I don't think Carolina keeps it close. They did beat them already in the regular season, but playoffs, it's a whole new animal, so I think the Rams will win that one. All right, next up, Saturday night game, Amazon Prime, Packers-Bears. That's arguably one of the biggest games of the weekend. Surprising that it's Saturday night, not one of the Sunday games.
Yeah.
I thought most people thought that would be. PJ, I'll start with you. Packers-Bears, old rivalry. Who you got?
Yeah, definitely. And I thought, too, that this would be kind of one of those Sunday games, one of those more primetime games versus 8 o'clock on a Saturday night when people usually aren't watching football. But I think the Packers, especially last week, did not look good.
They benched everybody.
Yeah, they benched everybody. But still, the Packers, as of late, really haven't looked as good as we saw kind of towards the start of the season. So I think I got to go with the Bears here, although, recent history would tell you kind of Packers. I think the Bears, they were too good this regular season to kind of just waste it in a playoff loss to the 9-7-1 Packers.
Yep, I definitely think it's going to be a primetime good matchup. I actually think that there's going to be an upset. I think the Packers are going to win this game. And I think Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love coming back are just going to go off. So, Will, next.
I'm actually going to go with the Packers here on this one.
Oh, weird confidence take, yeah.
No, did you go with the Packers? Sorry, I was focused on the behind-the-scenes going on. I'm going to go with the Packers. I think this regular season, the Packers won that first game, and in the second game, they were a miracle comeback away from having a pretty comfortable win in the second game.
Yeah.
And I think the Bears all season have been getting out to pretty slow starts. We saw that last week against the Lions. And I think in the playoffs, you get off to a slow start. I mean, you're going to need Caleb Williams to do something crazy in the fourth quarter, which he's done a few times, but I just don't think he gets it done here. I'm going to go with the Packers.
Yeah, I think you're going to be by yourself in this one, PJ. I'm also going Green Bay. I think that the Bears might be the most prone team to lose in the first round.
Yeah.
I think Green Bay, I know they're hurt, like crazy, and a lot of their starters are out, but, they did bench in Week 18. Last, 2 weeks, haven't looked too well, but Stimson, you mentioned it. They probably should have 2 wins against the Bears. And I think, come playoff season, Green Bay always performs no matter what. They've already won as a 7 seed a couple of years ago against Dallas. So
they smoked them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if Green Bay wins, but I think regardless, that will be a good game. All right, over to Sunday now. First game, I think at 1 o'clock, 1:05 in the AFC. It's Bills at Jaguars. This could also be one of the best games of the weekend. This could be a Sunday night game. Josh Allen versus Trevor Lawrence. PJ.
Yeah, I think this is a really good game. I liked how the Bills have been playing recently. Just kind of really on all ends. I think, even you look back at that Eagles game, which, okay, their offense couldn't score, but their defense has kind of been the big question mark for them historically for the past 5 years, and they played very well against a good Eagles offense.
Yeah.
So I think if their defense could come out with that kind of performance, I think their offense could definitely show out a little bit more. And Josh Allen, everyone likes to call him a playoff choker, but really, he's only lost to Patrick Mahomes, who is probably one of the best.
Joe Burrow.
There's only one, okay, whatever, but still.
That's fine.
Josh Allen, is still good. He plays well in the playoffs. Sure, he's not a playoff performer like Patrick Mahomes is, and not to glaze Mahomes, but just
don't.
Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen and the Bills get it done.
Okay.
I do think the Bills are winning this game. I think Trevor Lawrence will choke again. The last time I think he was in the playoffs, he threw 4 interceptions in the game.
He won that game, though.
He did win the game, but he threw 4 interceptions. I think that the Bills' defense will show up. I think Josh Allen will show up. And I also think James Cook, who has been a big surprise this year as well, I think he will show up and the Bills will win.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars, top to bottom, are the better team, overall in the Bills. But I do think, the Bills have Josh Allen. They have that X factor. And I think without Mahomes, without Lamar, without Joe Burrow in the playoffs, these guys that have given him trouble, I think this is really his chance to take that leap and see if he can get to the Super Bowl. So I think he's going to be doing everything he can to win that game. So I'm going to pick the Bills as well.
Yeah, I'm with all you guys. I have Buffalo winning. You just mentioned it. If there's a year for Buffalo to win the Super Bowl, it's got to be this year with all those other teams out that have always kind of owned Buffalo as of recently. I love some of their weapons, especially James Cook. I think he's one of the better running backs in the league. And you pair that with Josh Allen, some of the other weapons they have. I think Buffalo, I'm not going to say cruise, but I think they'll be able to win this one by a touchdown or so.
The Jaguars have been playing really well recently.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, that'll be a good game. All right, next up, it's a big one. Niners versus the Eagles. We do have a Eagles fan at this table. PJ, I know you have a lot to say about the Eagles. I know that they're, you have some takes about them that are a little interesting. So you want to start with that?
Yeah, I don't like the Eagles. I got the 49ers in this one. I think, what was that, Saturday night against the Seahawks. Their defense played very well. Their offense was kind of dormant against a very good Seahawks defense.
Especially that run defense.
Yeah, that Seahawks defense really did dominate them. The Eagles do not nearly have as good a defense as them. I don't think they have nearly as good an offense as the 49ers do. And I think the Niners almost cruised to victory in this one.
I am the Eagles fan, if you're wondering, in the room, but non-biased, PJ was a little wrong. The Eagles do have the #1 defense in the NFL, so I definitely think that the Eagles will win. I think that their offense has been a little lackluster as of late, especially Kevin Patullo, their play caller, who's been absolute garbage. But I definitely think that Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts doesn't lose in the big games, so I think that they'll win this game.
Yeah, as much I like the Niners. I'm not a Niners fan, but as much as I'd like to pick the Niners, I think I see the Eagles winning this game. I think come playoff time, they have a really talented roster, and I think it's going to come down to if they can limit CMC's impact, because you saw what the Seahawks were able to do when they limited CMC's impact. So I'm going to go with the Eagles in this one.
I'll split the tie. I think the Niners win this one. I just don't think the Eagles are that good, frankly. I mean, Finner, you know much more about the Eagles than I do, but just from the games that I watch every now and then, I don't really see it against big teams. I think it'll be a close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any matter of fact, but I don't like how Jalen Hurts has been playing as of recently. Not saying he can't do anything in the playoffs, but I like the Niners, especially you guys brought up their defense. And all it takes is one big play from Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
They can, get something going. If Brock Purdy's on his game as he was against Chicago a couple weeks ago, then I think San Fran will win that game.
Yeah, hopefully CMC's not playing quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
that's
the
why
last time they played in the playoffs.
Purdy.
Yeah, he was playing quarterback.
He's the starting quarterback for the 49ers. All right, next game on Sunday night. Another person on this table that's involved. You're a Patriots
Yes,
as well.
I am a Patriots fan.
You are a Patriots fan. So Patriots-Chargers, that's Sunday Night Football. Another good game.
Yeah. As much as I hate to pick the Patriots in the playoffs, I think I have to. They've looked really good this season. The Chargers are really hit and miss. Really, their entire team. Harbaugh, Justin Herbert is really the only consistent piece of that team, I believe. And I think the Patriots, they've just looked too good. I think, the playoff pressure might get to them early and maybe the Chargers go up a little bit, but I think the Patriots will find a way to come back.
Okay.
I actually think there's going to be a surprise here. I don't think the Patriots are that good at all. I think they had a pretty easy schedule. They lost to the Bills, lost to some other teams.
They beat the Bills as well.
Cool, but they also lost by a lot too later in the season.
They lost by
I think that the Chargers are gonna come out and shock people. I think Justin Herbert is, I think you said he's consistent. Sometimes he's a little inconsistent, but I definitely think he'll have a good game here. And I also think that Marion Hampton and some of those Quentin Johnston and those guys will step up, and I think they'll win by a close one.
I'm a Patriots fan, so this is a little bit biased, but I also think that overall they are the better team. They're hosting a playoff game. And I think, Drake May has looked like, if you don't want to give him the MVP, he's a top 3 quarterback this year. And I think the defense is getting healthy, and the Chargers just don't have an offensive line. So I think it's all going to come down to stopping the run game and getting pressure on the quarterback. And I think that the Patriots can get the job done this game.
Yeah, I think New England takes this one. I think Drake May. I'm a Drake May fan myself, Drake May lover. I think he might have
you're him?
Publicity. I'm not going to reveal that, but if you want to think that, it's fine. Drake May he's been going crazy this year. I like the Patriots. Justin Herbert. Last time we had someone on this podcast, he brought up some interesting takes about Justin Herbert.
Who was that? Cal.
What did Cal say?
We're not allowed to
You can ask
say.
him, but some stuff he said had to be cut. I know that he said he was dealing with other factors, which I didn't really understand at the time. But I think that the only factor we'll probably have to deal with in this game is the Patriots' defense, because I think the Patriots do have a really good defense. Then you mix that in with what Drake May has been doing recently in that Patriots offense. Trevion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson.
They've been looking really good on the ground.
Yeah, I'll go with Patriots that one. And then last game of Wild Card Weekend on a weekday, Monday Night Football. It's Texans-Steelers. Obviously, the Steelers won that crazy game against Baltimore on last Sunday night. So, PJ.
Yeah, I don't think that the Steelers are the most consistent team by any means. And I think that Texans defense, if they're not the best in the league, they're second behind the Seahawks, who are also phenomenal. And I think that the Texans defense is really, the Texans could shut out the Steelers in this game. I think plain and simple, the Texans defense has a huge upper hand over the Steelers offense. And I think we're going to see that come into play. I think the only way the Steelers win is if Aaron Rodgers shows flashes of himself from 10 years ago and puts on a crazy show.
Yeah, that will not happen. The Texans will win.
All right. Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I think that it's going to be really hard for the Steelers to score points in this game. The Texans defense has looked locked down all year. I think the Texans will have problems later in the playoff because I think that their offense is not that good. But I think that in this game against the Steelers, where their offense, the opposing offense is really bad, I think they're going to lock them up and they're going to win the game.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth in this one. I might pick Pittsburgh. I'm fine with being wrong with just one game because normally if you pick one team to win all 4 games, then an upset always happens. So I'll go with the Steelers. I know with how inconsistent they've been, doesn't seem like
the door's right there.
Yeah, greatest pick.
The door's right there.
Well, why should I have to leave?
You're picking the Steelers.
Watch the Steelers
Just wait,
win.
just wait and see.
Just wait. Okay, yeah.
Just wait and see.
This is his hot take.
He
pick
is a
of
fan
year.
of the Broncos, so he's a little delusional.
What's
Yeah.
his name?
He,
All right, we're gonna do award talk next. So I guess we each give a little pick. We're not gonna do every award just because that might take a little too long, running a little short on time. So I guess we'll do MVP. I guess Colin, I'll start with you because you wrote something in the doc, so you feel very strongly about this opinion.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford.
You're
Plain
biased against
simple.
Patriots fans.
who's your pick for MVP?
You
Will?
can leave.
Have a healthy debate.
I think that other than passing touchdowns, Drake May has been the far more valuable player when it comes to their team's success. I mean, they've won more games. He's doing it with less.
He also doesn't have like 41-yard passing touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Matthew
He-
Stafford has
he
like
hands the
all
ball
goal
off-
line
he hands the ball off on
passing
the- like,
touchdowns.
Stafford is just like no look.
Like you look at last game, they were stat padding against the Cardinals when Drake May handed off 4 touchdowns on the 5-yard line. Like, I'm just saying, Matthew Stafford was just throwing like 3-yard touchdown passes. He was trying
Do you
to
have a
get his
rebuttal
numbers
for
up.
that, Colin? You're just kind of looking like you're defeated.
I'm just saying, I think you'll see when the award show comes out, but
It's just
Matthew
a lot of
Stafford will
stat
win.
padding. I mean, I think he might win, but I think that Drake May should win. He's more valuable.
You get that if you make a bad take. We'll give that everything.
I'm gonna give a offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year. I mean,
Sure. Whoever, if you have an award, just let's hear
well, I
it.
mean, I think defensive player of the year is pretty lock. I think Myles Garrett's gonna win. It's not really close, but I think that
Garrett.
offensive player of the year,
Purple hoser, Garrett.
I get
perfect.
it. Yeah.
Cody Jones is. I didn't even know that. That was his name.
Joshua.
I think that
Why did I get this? I didn't get that.
Cody Garrett.
What?
I think that offensive player of the year is going to be
Cody
JSN
Garrett?
this year. I think that Christian McCaffrey makes a pretty strong argument with his and Bijan with their scrimmage yards, but I think that JSN with almost 1,800 receiving yards this year, being like the only downfield threat on that Seahawks team, I think he's going to win it this year.
I think the Offensive Rookie of the Year award is also an interesting one. A lot of people. He's on defense. I think a lot of people like Tet McMillan for that one. But I think Tyler Shuck is also probably kind of the runner-up in that. Tet McMillan is kind of everyone's favorite to have already basically won it.
There is a guy on the Browns named Harold.
Yeah,
too.
there is a guy on the
You're a fan
Browns
of.
named Harold Fannin who I predicted at the start of the year him and Shadur Sanders would be a top 3 quarterback tight end duo.
Yeah.
Everyone called me crazy. I believe that take lived up to the hype.
Top 3 is not even
Top
remotely
3
true.
is in
Schmidt,
fact
you
remotely
get the hairspray
possible. Call them Gronkowski and Brady. I don't care.
He's like the other
They
Brown,
are
the little
they
Brown.
are going to be in 2 years' time the top tight end quarterback duo in the league.
I don't know about that.
Although I don't know if Harold will win it. I think Jackson Dart could also.
He has like 2% chance right now.
Well, yeah, but he was phenomenal. And Harold Fannin was amazing this season. I do believe that he probably should be in more consideration, but I think since he's on the Browns and he's from Bowling Green, people don't like to give him the
Bowling
respect
Green.
he
I like
deserves.
Bowling Green, home of the
Cornhuskers.
Not even close. They're the Falcons.
yeah. That's an interesting one. I'll just wrap up with Coach of the Year. I think there's a lot of different.
This is a tough
candidates.
award.
It could go to anyone. I think the
I'll
betting
just give you
favorites.
that beforehand.
We'll pass it on to what he was saying earlier. He was kind of spewing nonsense.
I was?
Yes,
About who?
you know who.
Oh, the Bowling Green thing? Yeah.
Horrible. So I'll say Mike McDonald, I guess, just because Seattle
No!
got the 1 seed in the NFC. Didn't even make the playoffs last year. 14
Mike
and 3.
Vrabel. 14-3, they won like 4
They're not going to
games
give it to
last year.
someone that's going to be an early exit in the playoffs. All right, they realize
Yeah.
that Seattle's going to try and make it a little farther than most other teams. I like how Seattle's been doing.
You
You know,
get
You
Seattle.
don't even determine how this
Mike
happens.
McDonald-
Seattle gets the 1 seed every time there's a new pope. I think it was some
He's the
divine
Pope.
intervention. I think it was some divine intervention from
He's not even
from
a
the Pope.
finalist.
I think the Pope's getting Coach of the Year, guys.
The Pope.
Mike McDonald
The Pope.
is
He's in the
Pope
Vatican.
Leo.
He's in the Vatican now.
He got the Seahawks the 1 seed.
Mike
He really-
McDonald isn't
Yes.
even a finalist.
Do you think he knows about Sam Darnold?
Yes, he's from Chicago.
He knows about Caleb.
From Obla?
Okay, I don't know about that.
I don't know. But yeah, there's the pick.
He's not even a finalist.
Well. Something's going on back
That
there.
over there.
All right,
That's
one
happening
playoff
with
take
Not
each.
try and transition segments. He does not like when you do that.
Me?
The Bell doesn't.
What?
When you try and
Okay.
No, Thad can do it.
Sorry, Snipper's a little
No,
slow.
there's a new song going on around the halls that's it's catching fire real quick.
Oh yeah.
PJ, what's it called?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
It's called Joshua.
I'm pretty sure it's just called the Joshua Song.
Wow.
Yes, that's going around.
I'd like to recommend our listeners give it a listen.
Next up.
8 minutes.
Oh, bless you,
All
Pat.
right, done. All right, one playoff take each. Let's just go rapid fire around.
One playoff take. I'm gonna say that we get a Bills and Patriots conference final in the AFC.
I like it.
And I think that that's going to be the best game of the year. I think that's going to be similar to like the 13 seconds game when the Chiefs came back. I don't know if it'll be that close, but I think that that's going to be a phenomenal game.
It's a
between
great
those
take,
two sides.
PJ.
I think we're gonna get another great divisional round Eagles-Rams game.
And I do think that the Rams are going to roll.
That will be a good
Welcome
game
to Earth,
watch.
buddy.
Didn't even hear the news.
I think that the Rams are going to come out of the NFC this year. I feel pretty confident about that one. I think that they're going to beat the Eagles. I think that they're going to beat the Seahawks in the conference finals. That's who I have in my bracket. I think that the Rams are going to come out of the NFC this year.
I'll also kind of go on that Buffalo train. I think they could make the Super Bowl. Like I think, as I mentioned earlier, this is their year to do something. And
They also could be first round exits. You never know. Like they have a tough round, tough matchup.
Well, that just kind of doesn't help his take. So
yeah, just stop.
I think also just going back to Will said for a second, the Rams coming out of the NFC is extremely difficult considering that the Seahawks have made the Super Bowl the past 2 times that a new pope has been elected. So I believe that there is some divine intervention, and Sam Darnold is
You want to
making
talk
the
about
Super
divine
Bowl.
intervention? How about the Steelers in that? Did you see that? The priest throwing the holy water in the Tyler
Yeah,
Higgins?
I did see that actually, and there's
You
a
never
reason
know.
why they won.
He could keep doing that, and they could make a run. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks, Will. Buffalo, I think, will make the Super Bowl. And that will lead us into our Super Bowl prediction, our final one. You know, we always like to bring some energy with these last ones with our Super Bowl takes. PJ, let's start it off well.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I think we're going to get a Patriots-Bills conference championship in the AFC. I believe that the Bills will pull that one out. I think the Bills have a lot more playoff experience. And I think Josh Allen might get his revenge on Stephon Diggs, who I'm not even sure is going to be allowed to play after some
Yeah,
of
he's got some
the stuff
would
that
be
has
a
come out about him recently. He probably will, but you never know.
Two guys on the Patriots, actually. Christian Barmore.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, that
And
would
then
prove it, you know?
in the NFC, I've got the Seahawks coming out of it. Like I mentioned, divine intervention. I think the Pope has something to do with their success, and I think he's going to try and take them to the promised land in the Super Bowl. And then the Bills and the Seahawks. And the Bills have historically not fared well in the Super Bowl, albeit all 4 of those in the same span.
Right.
Yeah, my Giants actually won that one.
Yeah.
So, good for them. As I think that the Bills once again struggle in the Super Bowl. I think the moment gets to Josh Allen just a little too much.
Yeah.
And I think we see Sam Darnold
Yeah.
hosting the Lombardi.
All right, before we go to you, Colin. So Colin's a performer for those who don't know. Sometimes he's a little camera shy, but he has been playing with this guitar all morning long. So Colin, while you make your pick, I just want to give you that because you said you were going to do it with that guitar. So let's hear it.
on my zephyr.
When did I play this?
Let's go.
He's a little
For the
camera
pod,
shy.
he is a little camera shy. Doesn't always like to be on these type of
We have a
episodes.
celebrity
But
pick
But
here with-
my Super Bowl pick, non-biased, is the Eagles.
out.
Oh my gosh, are you
We
kidding
have
me?
lost this podcast.
Are you kidding me?
The
Yeah.
Eagles, this is ridiculous.
They won the
Hold him
Super
forever.
Bowl.
He's going to stare at you while you make this terrible
that's a
take.
They
horrible
won the
pick.
Super Bowl last year. The offense will click, and Jalen Hurts doesn't lose in big games, so they're going to win.
He has before though. Just saying, like you can't say he doesn't lose. Like he has lost in big games before.
Like, okay, he won,
He
a
won one
Super Bowl
Super Bowl.
against Travis Kelce and the Chiefs.
By like
Oh, yeah.
Well
Wash
Jalen Hurts.
it was all Cooper
After coming
Rush,
off
by the
the
way.
This is not good.
All right, for me, I think
Here, you get the guitar now.
I don't.
You're the performer.
You're the
buddy.
performer.
I'm with PJ.
I
and
could lie. You always
I
have to
think
do
it's
that
going to
one.
be a Bills Patriots conference final. I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay.
This isn't. You know what? Finnerty, you're on a
We've
lot.
like all made that take besides you, Finnerty.
But I am going to go with the Patriots here. I don't think that they get the job done in the Super Bowl. I think that the Rams are going to do it this year. I think that the Rams are overall the better team, which pains me to say that, but I think that the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl this year. They've been looking like the best team all year, and they've had a few bad losses, but I think that against good teams they've played well. And I think even with that loss against Seattle, I think that was also kind of a crazy fluke with like the punt return touchdown and the overtime winner and that stuff. So I think
Yeah.
that I think that the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all mostly on the same page by that dumb Eagles take. I think it will be Rams-Bills in the Super Bowl. I like Buffalo in this one because, again, as we keep saying it, this is a year for Buffalo to win something. I think of the NFC, Los Angeles makes it out with how Matthew Stafford's playing and Puka and the rest of that offense. But I don't know if in the Super Bowl that defense could handle.
What?
Handle what?
What?
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Continue your take. I just said Puka.
Oh. Who went to a college where?
Oh, where'd he go? I know where he went. Hold on. Give me a second.
Oh my God.
Who knows? Where's
Oh, my gosh. Wait.
BYU.
BYU.
Yeah, BYU, yeah.
Yeah, but I like the Rams that one.
I didn't know he was a Mormon. By
I
the way.
think
I
I
don't
think
know if he
Puka, he might even win Super Bowl MVP in that one. If even in a loss, like I think he could have a ridiculous game. It's happened before. It has.
like 1970 though.
It happened.
You're right.
So, but I'll still.
Well, welcome to Earth, Will.
I still think the Bills are going to win that one.
This is his
and
first podcast.
Get their Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Any last takes from anyone? Any final thoughts? Are we all good? We'll do it for season 5. I'm just making new numbers up. Season 5, episode 4. Thank you to us 4. Of course, Joshua doing his thing in class right now. Hopefully he's having a good day as well.
Oh, I forgot about
producer
that
of that, and then Joshua. Thank you so much, man. So that is it. Season 5, episode 4. We'll see you next time.
Episode.